Hello, so in this video we're going to be working with ZBrush brushes. So the first thing we're going to do, you're going to have this light box popping up, and what we're going to do is we're going to go to the polysphere. Double click that, and here's our sphere. And as you can see, you have these two red dots. So if I would draw anything, they'll be symmetrical and mirroring one another. So if I do a heart, there you go. So I'll do Control Z to undo that. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you some of the brushes that I want to use. So I want to use the sphere brush, insert sphere brush. So I'm going to go light box, click on brushes, then I'm going to click insert, and then I'm going to choose insert sphere. And you see our fellow over here, so this will help me determine what angle I want. So to rotate it this way, so I'm going to click left click mouse, rotate, and shift. Alright, so this is the top view. Then I'm going to do Alt, left click to move. Left click and Alt to move. And over here, what I want to do is I want to insert the insert sphere brush. But before doing that, I need to delete the subdivisions. So delete higher. So this is the lowest. You can see it's more pixelated. So for the sphere, the insert sphere brush to work, it has to be at the lowest subdivision. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to insert this. Here we go. Then I'm going to rotate using the left mouse and shift back up. You see it's back up. Then I'm going to click Alt, left mouse to pan the view. Now for the zoom, if I want to zoom in, we'll work on that. Here we go. So to zoom in, you do Control, right click. Control, right click, and then pan. Here we go. So I'm going to be moving this extra spheres I did using the Move tool. I'm going to click M and then go here for the Move tool. So I want to expand my brush, so this is where I can expand it. Okay, and another way to do that is clicking S to expand. So here we go. Now I want to do like a medallion type thing. So this is like what holds the medallion. Push it this way, push it this way. Here we go. Make it more rounded. Okay. So you do the design as you see fit. Okay. So we're done with that. So to deselect the mask, I do Control left mouse like this to deselect it. If I want to select an area, it'll be Control left click. If I want to undo it, do it outside to deselect. Okay, so here we go. So I don't want the back, I want the front. Nope. Here we go. All right, so now I want to increase the subdivisions. So in order to do that, I do Control D, Control D. So it looks a whole lot more smooth. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the standard brush, and you'll see that I can make a design. Now, if I do this, I don't want to have two sides, so I'm going to click X, so it's only one selection. And you can see, so this is too smooth and blended for me. I want something, I want to make a relief design. Control D, Control D. Okay, so to do that, you see the focal shift over here. I'm going to reduce that. See how the inner circle expands? And you see how fine and clear that is when I am doing my strokes. And I'm going to reduce the brush. And here we go. Now, this doesn't look so smooth, so I'm going to do Control Z, do Control D again, and it's looking a little better. Okay, so I'm going to work with the Z intensity to be more up. There we go. And I'm going to click S, reduce this brush, and I'm going to say I, and I'm going to do a heart. Okay, so for the heart, I'm going to click X. Here's the center point. This is the heart. And I'm going to expand the brush a little bit. I'll fill in this gap. Okay, so that doesn't look smooth. So to smooth it out, I'm going to click Shift and stroke it out to blend it in. Okay, now here it looks a little bulky. I want to make it more flat. So I'm going to go for the flatten brush. So I'm going to click F, flatten, and I'm going to expand my brush a little bit. There we go. There, I'm going to smooth it. Click Shift to smooth it out. There we go. So I love, and I'm going to go back to the standard brush, click X, reduce the brush, and click X, ZBrush. I love ZBrush. So over here we made a simple medallion. If you play with this more, you can tweak it more with the brush tools that we just showed you. This will be a nice, if you do 3D printing with this will be a nice medallion. You can customize pretty much anything, and you can, buy a chain, 3D print this, and it'll be a really nice customized gift. So let's say I want to work on the eye a little bit more. So I go here, flatten, and I would flatten this up more. I click Shift to blend it so it looks smooth. As you can see, like that. Okay, I want to make it a little bit flat. So this gives it more flat look. All right, there you have it. So this is a little bit about brushes. And another thing you can do is you have the Z add and the ZSub. So when you add the brush, go to standard. If you add a brush, it pops up. But if you go to ZSub, which is subtraction, it digs it inside. Okay, so Control Z. If I go to Z add and I want to make it much faster, let's say here is my Z add. Now I can hit Alt to do the reverse. Here is add, click Alt, the reverse. Okay, if you can see, it's digged in. When you click Alt, it's more digged in. Okay, Control Z. All right, and over here you have mRGB and RGB and M. Pretty much M is material, which is this. You have different types of materials that you can utilize. Gives this look for the material, however material that you're working in. If you want to imagine, if you want to 3D print this with the material, if you want to print this in gold, this is what it will look like. If you want to have this look more metallic-y, it's pretty interesting stuff. Just playing with the materials, seeing what your options are and how affect the final look that you're going for. And then over here, you go to RGB, you would pick the color that you want it to be. Okay. And mRGB is both material and color. All right. Thank you very much.